Okay, look who we got here. Yeah, big SCOBY. So we're getting ready. We're getting ready to flavor some. They call it something else. Pensula or something another. They don't even call it a SCOBY anymore, I don't think. But yeah, we're getting ready to flavor some, and I have strained some, straining out that little bit of sediment there. I've strained out, like, you know, just with this thing, nothing major, but yeah, and I dipped it out into that. And as you can see, I strained it into a cup. You know, probably haven't got enough here. This is my first time ever flavoring it, so yeah, trying, you know. I have got 1/4 of a cup of cut up blueberries. Some of these are fresh, some of them are from the store bought. And I actually put 1/2 teaspoon of sugar because I like mine a little bit sweeter. I started to put a whole teaspoon, but I don't have experience with this, so I don't want to, like, yeah, I don't know what to do as far as whether to add 1/2 or a whole. So I'm going to start with 1/2, and I'm writing it down, and that way, you know, I'll know for future reference. Yeah. Okay, and if you've seen my garden, you know I have fresh lavender growing. So I cut off about 4 of these little blooms here off the top, and I dried those. I'm going to be adding those to this as well. So yeah, I'm going to get me I'll show you a nifty little thing I found too, but I'm gonna get my funnel for putting that liquid in the tea into here. Yeah, here is the nifty little thing that I found, and it fits right in your bottle like so. I thought that was really neat. But yeah, I'm gonna funnel this after. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here. All I'm doing is dropping them down in there, and then I'm gonna drop that right on top. Then I'm going to funnel that liquid into there, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, there's one down. That is, and I just put it in the used kombucha bottle that I bought. Yeah, cleaned that up and put it in there. So that is the blueberry lavender. And yeah, I'm curious to see, you know, how this one will taste. So 1/4 of a cup, and I, you know, it was a kind of heaping 1/4 of a cup, or 2 heaping tablespoons of blueberries that I cut. I did cut them. I didn't put them whole because I figured maybe they'd get more of the juice out of them. And then 1/2 teaspoon of just plain white salt, not salt, sugar. Yeah, sugar. No salt. No salt. Just 1/2 teaspoon of plain white sugar. And my 4 little sprigs of dried lavender flower to this one. And I'm going to see what we're going to do next. Okay, this one here, I used 5 tablespoons of this grape juice right here, which is organic, no sugar added, and 100% Concord grape juice. Now, I did add a teaspoon of sugar to this because I want to try and make them sweeter. We don't like the sourness. So yeah, but look at that. Now, hopefully I got that head space right. Maybe someone will know and can tell me. I don't know. But yeah, there's that one. So that one's going to be the Concord grape juice one, and we'll see. Okay, now we're doing peach. Yep. I did peel it, and you see the size of them. I used about 1/4 of that. So I may have used too much. I don't know. I'm just kind of, you know, winging it here. I did try the peach because I ate what was left of it, and it is a very good peach, yet it is a little bit tart. So I'm going to add a teaspoon, I think a teaspoon of sugar to it because I want it to be sweet. so far from the flavored kombuchas that I've tried, peach has been my favorite. Okay, this one I am going to use a heaping fourth of a cup of mixed berries, fresh mixed berries. I went out and picked. We've got a little bit of strawberry, we got a little bit of blueberry, we've got blackberry, and we've got red raspberries. So I think I'm gonna put a half a teaspoon of sugar to this one, and I'm honestly, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that because I want it to be sweet. Okay, look at this fella. Yeah, it's major. It's major. That's like, looks like it's maybe 2. I'm not sure. This is what's going to be the scobyhotel. Big old giant jar. I'm getting ready to put one of the ones in, this one in here, because I have to refresh that other one. So yeah, but I thought I'd show you this. Yep. This one is going to be strawberry raspberry with ginger and a little bit of lemon juice. So, and I am going to put, I think I'm going to put a teaspoon of sugar to this one. So you see I'm using a heaped 1/4 cup. Yeah. And I did cut up the strawberries. I didn't cut up the raspberries. I did cut up the ginger. But yeah. Okay, this one is going to be black cherries and the little tiny tart red cherries. And yeah, here's how much I've got. This is a little bit more than a 1/4 of a cup, but yeah, I'm gonna try it. And I'm going to use also a teaspoon of sugar in that. So yeah, I've got my little funnel ready, I have got my tea ready, got my bottle ready, and so yeah. Okay, I got them in my bottle. I forgot to mention these were frozen cherries. So yeah, my first time using frozen anything. So yeah, keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll yeah, that's what we'll have to do. Okay, there she is. Okay, this one here is going to be fresh peaches and fresh ginger. And I've got this much here. I'm just experimenting, so that's, you know, I'm not sure. It's either a heaping 1/4 of a cup or a 1/2 cup, something like that. And then I'm going to use at least, yeah, I'm going to use a teaspoon of sugar. And I've got my tea there. So yeah, looking good. And them peaches are delicious. Okay, my last one that I'm doing from this batch is blackberry, fresh blackberries. And yeah, and I'm gonna put, you see I got a heaping 1/4 cup. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of sugar to that. Yep, so that's the last one I'll be doing. And yeah, so we're going to see, and I will do an update and let you know if any of them turn out, if they don't turn out, how they taste, all that stuff. Because I'm learning on this flavoring. Yeah. I think they call it F2, fermentation or something like that. So yeah, blackberry. We'll see. Okay, here they are. One last view. Strawberry, ginger, lemon raspberry, mixed berries, peach, grape, Concord grape actually, blackberry, and blueberry lavender, and sweet black and red tart cherry, and then we got peach ginger. So yeah, looking good. Okay, yeah, I covered them up. I did. I covered them up. I think that they started having more fizz since I done that. I did burp them this morning, and I had some fizz. This one here had a little bit more fizz than it did have previously. This one, loads of bubbles. Look at that bubbles. Bubble action. That is my blueberry lavender. You can see the lavender on top. A lot of bubbles in that one. A little bit of bubbles in this one. Now this one here, oh my goodness. Loads of, it had fizz. I mean, it didn't blow out or anything, but it did move up somewhat. And look at the bubbles. Lots of bubbles. And whenever I opened that lid up to let it burp, oh yeah, they started moving. This one here, you don't see a whole, well, you do see some bubble action. I see some bubble action right here. But it had a lot of fizz as well. This one did. The rest of them were small amounts of fizz. This one here did not have a lot of fizz at all. But I do see a little bit of bubble action right there. So maybe that's good. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. This one didn't have a lot of fizz. And it does have a little bit of bubble action. I see some bubbles right there. But it didn't have a lot of fizz at all. These two, I think the black cherry was the less, this one was the less fizz of all of them. But this one here had a little bit of fizz. We see a little bit of bubble action there. The strawberry, ginger, lemon, raspberry. But it has got some bubbles going on. This one, a little bit of fizz. Not as much as the normal peach. The peach ginger had way less fizz. And it's got more fruit in it than this one. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. Maybe some of you are, you know, you're used to doing this and you know what you're doing, and you can give me some, you know, words of wisdom on this, because I'm learning. But yeah, I want mine sweeter. So that's what I was opting for, you know, is to try to get it sweeter. But yeah, that's so far, and we're on day 2. So actually tonight will be, or late this evening, not tonight, but maybe like 2 more hours. Well, no, 1 hour will probably be, that should be the 2-day mark. But you see that one's got loads of bubbles. That should be our 2-day mark on these. And I'm gonna burp them again tonight. But I have been keeping them covered up as well. But yeah, that's 2 days, and I'll bring you back and show you later on. We'll see how things go further on. Day 3. Okay, it did make a noise. Didn't mean to pop that out. Hard to do with one hand. Okay. There's what it looks like. This is the grape. Okay, now this one here, I'm gonna have to, not sure if I can open it. Let's see. A little more fizz with that one. Nothing with that one, as you can see. I didn't hear anything. A little bit with that one. That one. Nothing. Those two, I don't seem to hear anything. That one's got some bubbles, but I don't really hear anything. Don't hear anything with that one. So now we'll look at the bubbles and see what we got here. Okay, this one, I didn't hear anything. I do see some bubbles. As you can see, yeah, it's bubbling. See them coming up? So it does have some carbonation going on. It's just not really making any sound. And this one was the same. Looking for bubbles, moving up. I see some bubbles on top. Okay, but not really much sound with them. And that is the cherry and the peach ginger. And this one here, you can see the bubbles on there. It's got lots of bubbles. And blackberry, not much sound. We do have some bubbles at the top. I can see them. Hopefully you're seeing them. They're really little, but they're not really, it's not really moving very much or anything. And this one here's got bubbles at the top. See them? Yeah, not much in the way of sound though. So are they, supposed to have lots of sound? This one here had a lot of sound when I burped it. This one, that one's been having a lot of sound, but yeah. So there they are, day 3. Okay, I don't have anyone to hold the phone for me, so I've got a makeshift stand there. This is the second. Ooh, did you hear that pop? So that one had some puff. But now, I want you to look at the top of that. Does that look normal? Well, I'll show you after we do the rest. Because that's juice. Here's the peach. Ooh, shucks. Ooh. I think that one's going to explode. Oh my goodness. We got bubbles. Okay. Whew. That was close, wasn't it? Okay. Well, I'll let it burp. So now I guess I close it back up. It's not coming out yet though, but that kind of scared me. I was thinking it might. I'm going to show you the top of that one though, because I don't know if that's normal or not. May have to ask in one of those groups. Okay, mixed berries. Woo! Look at that. That one's got some fizz. Okay, there's... They all 3 had a puff to them. Them 2 has more fizz though. Ooh, that one's getting some fizz, look. Starting to. Do you see that? Okay. Blackberry. This one's had less... Well, black cherries had the less, but this one's right there close to it. See? Nothing. Not really anything. I mean, we got a few bubbles, but nothing major. That one seems to be taking longer. I don't see any mold or anything. Strawberry, ginger, lemon, raspberry. A little bit of a, puff, but not much. Sweet black and red tart cherry. Not been getting anything off of this one. Yep, nothing. I see some bubbles, but that's about it. I mean, I do see bubbles moving, but it's not really doing very much as far as when I open the lid. So I don't know if that's like normal or not normal. Okay, peach ginger. I had high hopes for this one, and I see a little bit of bubbles, but not much poof to it. It's got a little bit of a poof, but not a whole lot. Okay. Now, I wanted to show you this one, because we're going to have to keep an eye on it. Something, that one there kind of worries me. This one, look at those bubbles. Look at that. It's not coming out yet, but it's looking really close. It's getting carbonated. Ooh, hopefully it don't pop that top. Okay, here is the one that I'm wondering about. You see that on top of it? Yeah, it's a cut. Oh my goodness. That looks like a SCOBY. That bottle's growing a SCOBY. What the heck? That's a SCOBY. Oh my goodness. It's growing a SCOBY. That's what that looks like. If you know any different, let me know. But that sure as heck looks like a SCOBY. Of course, now I am going to strain these. That one's getting some poof to it, but not a whole lot. It's getting a little bit, though. Looks like a SCOBY to me. We'll check again tomorrow. Okay, I think today is like day 4. This is the one that I'm pretty sure has a SCOBY in it. That's what it looks like to me. It let off a little sound. Not a lot, though. And then it looks like bubbles up under there. See that? I think it's a SCOBY. I think so. Not sure. I put a post in a group on Facebook. Oh, here's the one that worries me. Acted wild yesterday. Ooh. Okay, that one's got some fizz. Okay, not an. Oh, it's getting close. They're coming out. Okay, that one's. I hear lots of sound. I may end up tomorrow having to take that one over the sink. Oh, they're getting really close. Look at those bubbles. Okay, so I have burped it. It's not coming out, as you can see. Okay. So that's the peach. Peach is actually so far my favorite. So. And this is blueberry lavender. I haven't tried that before. I haven't tried my peach. I've just tried the store brand peach. Ooh, looky there. It's getting some carbonation to it. Not as much as the peach, but it has got some. Let's see, bubbles rising. Mixed berries. Ooh. That one's getting some carbonation. And again, not as much as the peach, but still it's got some. So yeah, look at that movement. Mixed berries back are moving too. That's it. Yeah. So those 2, 3 have a lot of fizz. That first one not as much, and looks like it's got a SCOBY growing in it. See if blackberry has some bubbles. A little bit of sound, but not much. Not too much carbonation going on in that one. Okay, this is that strawberry, ginger, lemon, raspberry. Well, not very much carbonation at all. At all. A little bit of a whoof, and that's about it. This one here, yeah, I see some bubbles. I can see bubbles, but carbonation has not been. Nope. It's very, 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 very little sound. Do you see a little bubbles, but that's about it. And that's done with the frozen black and red cherries. Now the peach ginger, I see bubbles. I mean, there's quite a bit of bubbling, but there's just not much carbonation or fizz to it. You see that? Very, very, very little. And we're on like day 4. Well, when I do tonight will be like, because it wasn't real early in the day. This is morning. It wasn't real early in the day whenever I done it actually initially, but still you would think that you would have a little bit more going on there. So we'll have another look, see either tonight or in the morning. I've decided to do this a little differently. I'm not going to open this one. I've done a little bit of research, and I saw where many people aren't burping them. See, I'm burping them twice a day. Many people aren't doing that. Some it's 24 hours. Others, I seen where some are even leaving them for days. So I am going to burp this one because we've seen so much activity out of it. But I'm not going to burp the rest of them. And I'm going to let them sit till, I don't know, possibly tomorrow morning. I'm not sure. Let's see what this one. Oh, I think I think that one's ready. Today's day 4. I think it's ready. Okay. I'm going to have to go slow. It's coming out. Okay, I think that one's ready to go in the fridge. Boy, that one's got some carbonation on it. Wow. Okay, so I think that one's ready. This one I'm going to put in the refrigerator. The way I understand it is once they get carbonated, see that one's blowing out. So I'm going to put it in the fridge. These others I'm not going to open tonight. I think I'll wait. Possibly open them in the morning. Or tomorrow sometime. I don't know. We'll go by looks. And this one, that one I'm going to wipe up. And this one here, I actually put a post in a Facebook group. Let me get this thing. About that. And I was told that that looks like a SCOBY forming. So, yeah. I will give it a good look-see, though. Just to be on the safe side before, you know, yeah. Yeah, because I don't want to drink anything that's not good, you know what I mean? We got some bubbles back there, and this one, well, we got bubbles in all of them, but, you know, we've not been having a whole lot of, this has been the one that's been active. So, that's what we've got. I'm not going to do these this time. So, we'll leave it at that. I'm going to clean this one up, and I'm putting it in the refrigerator. Yeah. Okay, this is day 6. if you remember back on day 4, I had the peach, which overflowed. So I ended up, it is in the refrigerator, which tomorrow I'll bring it out because that'll be 3 days. But today is day 6. I have not opened these since day 4. So I decided not to open them to see if that built any more carbonation. This is the grape, and I'm trying to look at that really good. Everybody said that was a SCOBY that it's made. Now this is the Concord grape, which I did out of grape juice. Okay, now let's listen closely. Okay, we do have some noise, and I do have some bubbles. See those bubbles? So I'm actually going, I think I'm going to give this another day. Yeah, when I looked it up about this, it says that normally it is like, 1 to 4 days, something or another. But it said it can be anywhere from 2 to 7 days or something like that. So I do see some bubbles that are coming up every now and then. See them? So I think I'm going to leave this for another day. Tomorrow will be day 7. Of course, this is early in the day, and it was later in the day when I done this. So, yeah, later on in today would be the actual, our time as far as the 6 days is. But, yeah, I think I'm going to check it tomorrow. We'll come back tomorrow and check that grape. Well, we're going to see here. We're going to see because, like I said, today's day 6. And the peach is in the fridge. We'll get it out tomorrow and try it. Okay, this is the mixed berry. It did have some carbonation, but it's been sitting longer, so we're going to see. Oh, my. Okay. I think that one is ready to go into the refrigerator. Oh, my goodness. Look. Okay, so mixed berries will go in the fridge, and I'll leave it in there for 3 days. So tomorrow we'll take out the peach. But you see that? Look at that carbonation. Look, people. Okay, it doesn't mean they're going to taste good, though. Oh, my goodness. But, yeah. Okay, that one's looking good. So that one goes in the refrigerator. And then we'll start our 3-day timer on that one. Okay, we burped it. Set it aside. Okay, now blueberry lavender. Okay, here it goes. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is looking like letting it sit instead of burping it might be the way to go on some of these. That one there's scary. Woo! Mercy. Okay, definitely going in the fridge. Goodness sakes alive, look at that. Should have done this over the sink. Trying to let that air out. I don't want this thing to explode. And I know I've seen where people have them explode on them. That would not be good. No. I'd say that's ready. But I'm going to put it in the fridge for the 3 days. Okay. I'll bring you back. I'm going to wipe that one up. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've cleaned that one up. Look at it. It's still wanting to do its thing. That one smells, oh my goodness. It smells good. It smells like, almost like a blueberry wine with a hint of lavender scent. Yeah. So I did let that completely do its thing over the sink. So now next, I want to do blackberry. You know, blackberry I did not have much, too much movement with. Nope. As you can see, very little movement. We've got a few bubbles that are moving in there. Oh, blackberry, what happened to you? Maybe I didn't put enough fruit. Not sure. Oh, I see movement. Okay, it's bubbling up. But that's very little. I'm going to leave that one out another day. Today, yeah. Okay. So now, this is our strawberry, ginger, lemon, raspberry. Okay, we've got a little sound. We got some movement. The stuff is moving, so it is moving around. It's doing something. Of course, that blackberry had a little bit of movement too. I'm going to leave those out for another day. I'll leave those and the Concord grape out. Okay, let's get our... This one here did little, very, very little last time. And as you can see, very, very little this time. We have a little bit of bubble movement, but nothing major at all. I mean, it's like... And that was the one that I done with frozen cherries. So, yeah. I'm not so sure about that one. I'm going to leave it out another day. We'll see. Okay. And I'm keeping them in the dark. Okay, peach ginger. Little bit of sound. Nothing major. My goodness, that blueberry's still going over there. I do see some bubbles, but nothing like the plain peach. I'm wondering if that ginger changed it up. Leave that one out. This one's still... Okay. I'm just making sure I got it burped really good. Definitely don't want no explosions. So, what we have, okay, so far is we're on day 6. Hopefully they move before tomorrow, or start moving tomorrow, doing more. Okay, this one seems to be ready. We'll put it in the refrigerator for the 3 days. This one seems to be ready. So mixed berries and blueberry lavender. They'll go in the refrigerator for the 3 days. These are going to wait, and the Concord grape for another day. And then we will come back tomorrow and check those. And yeah, I want to get a closer look at that SCOBY on top of there. Because, you know, yeah, you got to keep an eye out for mold and stuff like that. I don't see any mold. Of course, I may get my magnifying glass out. Look a little closer. But you see, we've got a lot of the bubbles right there. But, yeah. Yeah, it looks like SCOBY. Dang. Of course, I am going to strain these off. Yeah, for sure. But, this one we're going to leave out anyhow. So, yeah. So, that's what we got for day 6. Tomorrow is day 7. We've got the peach in the fridge. Will come out tomorrow. Let's see. I put it in on day 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So, it comes out tomorrow, and then, we'll put those two in. Okay, well, I'll bring you back tomorrow then. Okay, day 7. Concord grape. Whoa, mercy. Yeah, I think that one needed to be burped. Not a whole lot of fizz though. We still got a SCOBY. We do have bubbles there though. You know, I think this one might be ready for the refrigerator. We got quite a few bubbles. And it tried to blow the top. I mean, it had pressure. Actual pressure behind it. Yeah. So, I'll put that one aside. Okay, our blackberry, which did not do much of anything. Let's see. Okay, we got a little bit, very little. You see that? Very little. Very little. I see some bubbles in there, but nothing major. Peach ginger, which I thought would do really well, but I don't know. Okay. Okay. It's starting to fizz now. Finally. That took long enough. Today's day 7. Okay. I think it's ready to go in the fridge. Okay. Okay. Looking good. Okay, strawberry, ginger, lemon, raspberry. Okay, we got a little more fizz on that one, too. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but okay, sweet, black cherry, and red tart cherry. Very little. Very, very little. Not too happy with that. Got a little bit of bubbles. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put these in the fridge. Honestly. I think I will. I want to get a look see at that one. Got a gnat flying around. Yeah, we got bubbles in there. You see them bubbles? And that grape's got more bubbles than it did have. The one that doesn't have the most bubbles is that one there. The blackberry, which shocked me because I thought it would have more bubbles. So I guess I'm going to put them in the fridge for the 3 days, and then we'll see, because I took out my peach today from the refrigerator, and very, very little carbonation. Nothing like it did when I opened it, and it, you know, yeah, kind of blowed out everywhere. But yeah, I'm not so sure. Have to try some different things next time around. Definitely more peach, because it was not peachy enough for me. It was beautiful though, and it did have bubbles on the glass, kind of like how that is doing right there. It had bubbles all over the glass. It just didn't, like, you know, blow out or anything, or spew or anything like that. So there we are. I'll put these in the fridge, and we'll have a look-see in the 3-day mark. Okay, 3 days is up. It's been in the fridge. The peach. So we're going to strain it, and I'm going to taste it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's still got a little poof, but it's been, let me do a smell. I'm not sure. Smell. Okay. I hope it tastes good. I hope it don't taste like yuck, you know? That would be terrible. That would not be good at all if it tastes like yuck. Okay. Okay, it smells different without that fruit in there. Okay. It's not horrible. Pretty good, actually. We got bubbles. Do you see those bubbles in there? Yeah, it's got bubbles all around the glass. See? I hope you can see them because I can see them. See them? Needs a little more peach flavor. It's pretty sweet. I think I needed to put a little more peaches in there though. It is close though to the Synergy. It's a little bit different. I think it needs more peach, but you see the bubbles. We didn't have bubbles whenever I poured it though. Was I supposed to have? You know, was it supposed to come out and when I open it like it did whenever I opened it at room temperature? Or is it supposed to be like, you know, I mean, there's bubbles. They're just not, you know. I'm actually going to put me some ice in this because I like mine better with ice. But yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I think the fruit smells different than the liquid. So yeah, I'll tell you one thing, it sure got that plain beat all to pieces that I used to drink back in the day. When I just drank it out of the, you know, and sometimes it was plum vinegar tasting, so yeah. But there's the peach. We got bubbles. And we'll put me some ice in it. Tastes fine. So that one is just needs a little more peach flavor. A little more peach flavor. But it's a thumbs up. We got many more to come though. Look at them bubbles. See them? They're all over the side. I put it in some ice and it is pretty good. I'm telling you. Pretty good.